Hello, beautiful souls. I'm so excited to be here today. I'm very grateful that you are here as well. Very grateful for being having the opportunity to be here to share a message with you today. So, what I would like to share with you today is this something that really has been helping me in this journey of self-development and growth. Something that has been incredibly helpful is knowing the difference between when you are making decisions in your life, knowing the difference between being guided by your ego or being guided by your heart and your soul. So first of all, let's remember what the ego is, in case you are like, what is she talking about? The ego, remember that it's just that inner voice that wants to keep you safe, wants to keep you in your comfort zone. It's been developed in humans as a survival tool to keep you alive, right? But the ego doesn't know when you are actually in a life-threatening situation or when you are just experiencing an unfamiliar thing. So the ego is that inner voice that tells you, that gives you that fear whenever you want to try something new, whenever you want to grow. The ego just doesn't like that unfamiliar thing. The ego doesn't like the unknown. The ego is just the ego just wants to keep you in a safe place, in your comfort zone. So whenever you are making decisions and you feel that fear of failure, that fear to be judged, any sort of fear, really, it's your ego. That is actually not who you truly are. It's not your heart. That is your ego, because the ego is like, why would you try something new? Let's just stay where we are. So this is where we are familiar with things. This is what we know, right? So the ego is not bad at all. It just wants to keep you safe. But the difference when you're being guided by your heart is that despite that little fear inside you, despite that voice inside you that tells you that it might not work and all this BS, when you're being guided by your heart, when you listen to your true soul's calling and your heart's desire, even you take aligned action, even though there is fear. Even despite that fear, despite those being on the unknown, if you follow your heart. But the thing is that when you follow your heart and your true soul's calling, that is when growth happens. That is when the magic happens. That is when, and honestly, maybe you've heard this before, about when people say you are more powerful than you believe you are. And it is 100% true, because I've experienced that. I had so much fear whenever I started my business, for example. But once you once you decide to follow your heart, once you decide to follow your soul's desires and your soul's calling, once you do it, even though despite the fear, that is when you tap into your inner power. That is when your true power really comes through, and you're gonna be like so impressed by your, like, honestly, you're gonna be really impressed of how powerful you are. It's incredible. And that is really when the magic happens. And I'm not gonna lie, growth is also painful, but it's more painful staying exactly where you are and watching the time go by, watching the years go by, and you are staying in the same place. Staying in the comfort zone is safe for the ego, but that is not where gratification happens. That is not where your inner vibrancy is gonna come through. To activate that inner power, vibrancy, that real success, feeling, happiness, fulfillment, feeling all this is to feel all this, you need to follow your heart, your true soul's desires and your soul's calling. Also, another big difference that is that you are, when you're making decisions from scarcity, from what if there is no more after, that is your ego. When you're making decisions from abundance, from a place of expansion, that is your heart. That is a big difference. So my reflection, I invite you to really reflect next time that you need to make a decision. What are you basing your decision on? Fear or your heart? Who is making the decision here? Who has been making the decision so far in your life? And remember that you can always change the direction of your life. You can go after what you want, and every time that fear starts coming through and that feeling of what if it doesn't work, what if I'm gonna be judged, what if, and all this BS, remember that is all, that voice is only your ego trying to keep you in the comfort zone. So go after what you want, follow your heart's desires, and watch the magic happen. Okay? And even though growth is painful, at the end of the day, on the other side of your comfort zone is where you're gonna reach all this magic, all this expansion, all this fulfillment, all this amazingness that life is about. Okay, so let me know if you resonate with this. Please comment below in hashtag live or hashtag replay to know that you are watching. And before I go, I want to invite you to remind you that I'm offering a free live class, yoga class to activate your feminine magnetism and your feminine power. Tomorrow inside my group, I'm gonna leave the link below for you to join us if you, in case you aren't there already. It's gonna be a 30-minute yoga class. It's gonna be amazing. I cannot wait to connect with you all inside the group because there are a few new faces in there, so I'm very excited to do this. And also on Tuesday I'm hosting this amazing workshop to activate your feminine power. We're gonna be talking about all feminine things, feminine energy and femininity, and it's gonna be so juicy, really jam-packed. You cannot miss it. It's gonna be amazing. This is gonna be an online workshop. I'm also gonna leave the link below, and if you have any questions, feel free to message me. Okay, so have an amazing rest of your day. Sending you lots of love.